friends, thanks for joining me today. So I have another fun card to share with you. It's one that I've made for Father's Day, and I just realized that I needed another one for Father's Day. And since this one was so easy to put together, I thought, let me show you how I did it. So what's nice about this is that the designer series paper that I'm using is the 2023-2025 in color designer series paper. Very versatile, beautiful colors, very earth tones. So they're perfect for dads. And what's even better is that it's on sale for the whole month of June for 15% off. Isn't that cool? I thought so. Now I'm almost out of this pack, so I did order another pack. And I'm just waiting to get it. All right, so let's get started. So I am featuring the He's All That stamp set. And I am also using a couple of the dies from here. I'll be using these dies and then this one, the label die. Grab it out of there. And I'll take these two pieces out. I've already got my stamps mounted on my blocks. I am also using a retired stamp set. I love this stamp set. It's called A Good Man. If you have it, you should definitely keep it. I mean, it's great for Father's Day, or, you know, it doesn't even have to be Father's Day. It could be just like a birthday card and add one of these beautiful sentiments to it. Really, really nice set. And as I mentioned, I am using the 2023-2025 in color 6x6 designer series paper. I don't have too many sheets left, so I've been kind of hoarding it. And on this card, I use the Hello Irresistible designer series paper, which can be found online. It's one of the online exclusives, and it'll be available until it's sold out. So if you haven't gotten that, it's another versatile set. Could be used for men or women. So put that aside. So this is the card that we'll be making today. It's very simple, basic, nothing crazy about it, right? And with some of the extra pieces I had, I made an envelope, which I'll be doing the same with the other card and on the inside. All right, so let's get started. We'll set this aside here. I have, let's see, some pieces here. I have a piece of boho blue, which is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored it down the middle at 4 1/4. I have my envelope, which, as I mentioned, I put this on the flap. I just need to trim around the edges. Makes it very easy, but it'll be really nice when it's complete. And we have a piece of basic white, which will be for the inside. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Here's a funky piece, and I'll tell you what I did with that in a second, but let me give you the measurements. Same measurements as the basic white, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So to save paper, what I did is I cut this from the inside just to save paper. You don't have to do that. I like to do that to save paper. This piece here is cut at 3 inches by 4 inches, I believe. 3 by 4. Okay. And then we have a piece of basic white, which is just scrap that I'll be using for the die cut and the sentiment. Another piece of scrap paper. This is Pebbled Path. This is another one of the in colors. Scrap. This will go on the inside down here. And then finally, I have a piece of boho blue, which is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And what I'll do with this is I will also die cut out of here. So you know what, let me do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Let's bring our mini cut and emboss machine out. This is perfect for the table because it doesn't take up a lot of space. So I love it for that. And isn't that cool? It matches the color that I'm using today. The machine is in boho blue, and this is available to everybody now. Before it was just available to demonstrators, but now by popular demand, we've had many people requesting it. So here it is. All right, so we've got my base plate 1, base plate 2. I'm going to put this piece here, and I'm going to center this because I will be using this piece here. The boho blue is what I have here in place of the, what is this color? Pretty Peacock. Yeah, that's Pretty Peacock. I get that confused with the Lost Lagoon, but Lost Lagoon is a lighter shade of that turquoisey kind of blue, or blue-green. All right, so let's get that centered. And my other plate number 2, we'll put that on top. Remember, when you're going through the mini, though, you want to offset the plates a little. Crank that through. Okay. So we have our layer here. And then I'm going to cut the white one as well. I could probably fit this sideways so I can save this piece and use it for another label. I like to save paper. So when I can, I'll try to, maximize my paper, my cardstock, or designer series paper. Okay, we've got that piece here. Put that in my scrap pile so I can use that for another card. Or in case we need to cut out another one if I make a mistake. So we'll keep that close by. Now I'm going to cut these hashtags, I guess you call them, from the pebbled path. And what's nice about these is we can cut them both at the same time. One there and one there. You just want to make sure you don't put them too close together, because if you put them too close together, they might move on you when you're sending it through the cutter, and then they'll overlap, and that will not be good. See, like this one just moved as I was sending it through, so I just want to make sure it's not touching. I don't think it is, but yeah, it wasn't touching. Kind of looked like it was touching, so I just want to make sure, and then we'll do that one more time. There we go. Okay. And I think that is all the die cutting we need. Let's take those off. And put that up here. All right. Pop those out. We'll pop these little pieces out. Where's my little brush? Should be using my, take your pick tool and my little foam pad here, just to ease those extra pieces out. They're being a little bit stubborn, but this makes it nice because they pop right out. And it does not damage the cardstock. So this comes with the brush when you purchase it on in my store. Take these out. A little bit more. There we go. I think I got them all. Throw those in the garbage so that they're not popping around all over my floor. All right. And there you have it. All right, let's start to put this card together. So I have my card base. I'm just going to fold this in half at the score line. And give it a good burnish with my bone folder, nice crease. And the other side as well. So first I'm going to adhere the scrap piece of Designer Series paper to the bottom of the card. So add a little glue. I find it easier sometimes to add the glue to the bigger area than going onto the larger area. I think we'll go with the stripes. Add that to the top. Wiggle it around because I want it to go edge to edge. There. Then, oh yeah, I probably should have did the sentiment first, right? But, all right, so we are using this. I'm using boho blue ink. And this stamp here that says, being a good dad starts with being a good man. I really love that sentiment. Make sure that's on straight. Okay. We'll stamp that right down here. Good. And then I have some hearts. And what I want to do with the heart, so I'm going to stamp one off to the side here, and then I want to intertwine it by stamping off. I love the way that looks. All right, we are done with the boho blue. We can add this to the inside of the card. And there'll be a little bit of a border around. Okay. All right, we can set this aside for a minute. Let's work on these pieces. All right, so I think the easiest thing to do is, oh, no, before we do that, oh, you know what, I shouldn't have done this. You know what, we're gonna leave this alone. I wanted to cut this down to 3 1-inch pieces, but because I have this, can't do that. So you know what, let's just get another piece out so we can do that. All right, let's just cut this down. So this was, I believe, 3 by 4, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, we'll save that for something else. Let's just cut this down. And otherwise it was going to show through the back of it because these are cutting down. I'm cutting those down into 1-inch strips. So 4 1/4. By 3 1/4. So much for trying to save some paper, right? It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. No, I still need that. Let me cut these down to 1-inch strips. So only 3 of these. One. And let me decide, are we using, yes, we're using this side. And then we'll cut this one in half. Again at 1 inch. And all right, now we are done with the cutter. We'll adhere these pieces. I want to make sure I get them in the right way. Is that how we cut them? Yes. Okay. So we're going to adhere these to the base, and there's going to be a little bit of a space in between, and I mean very little. like probably about a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, move these around. This one goes here, yes, and this one goes here. Okay. So just make sure your pieces are going, you know, in the right direction. Let's add a little bit of glue. And you can use whatever is your favorite adhesive. You know, I like to use liquid glue because it allows me a little wiggle room. All right, looks good. And we'll glue it down. Okay. So I'm going to put a small bead of glue all around the edge. I'm not going to put it in the center because we've got that cut out. Just in case it oozes, let's keep our silicone mat under there. And then making sure I close up that hole while centering my piece. Okay. And then we'll add this to here. Actually, I see that I didn't put the glue where I needed it. So we're just going to do this. And I'm going to put this over it this way. Pick it up. Make sure it's on correct. Okay, and then press it down. Now the reason I did that is because if you noticed, I didn't have the glue on that top piece that was adhering to the designer series paper. So that just made it easier. But this is all adhered nicely now. Okay, all right. I think I'm just about done with the glue. All right, let's stamp our sentiment onto the basic white. And we are using Wishing You a Happy Father's Day. Okay, nice and inked, and we'll center that right about here. Perfect. Close that up because I am done with the pebbled path. Clean that off later. Now I need the paper cutter one more time because I'm going to cut the die cut piece that we cut in boho blue. We're going to cut this down in half, and you can use your scissors for this. I just tend to not be very straight with them, so I like to just put it in my trimmer here and center it as best possible and just cut it down the middle. So then we'll adhere these down to here. So put a little glue. Again, you can use whatever adhesive you like. And I'll just put these down lightly. We'll flip it over. Make sure that we have it nice and centered like we like it. So, and we'll fix the bottom piece. like so. All right, good. Now we can put some dimensionals on this, which, here we go. I think 4 should be good. I don't think we need one in the center. You know what? Let's just add one in the center because I don't like saggy cards. Before I do that, I want to add my little pieces to the sides here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on this piece right here. I'll add that to the back. So, fix it up a little bit. And I'll do the same thing on the other piece, down around this side. So, all right, let's add some dimensionals to the back here. I want to be careful though. I don't want them to show. So we'll put one down here and another one over here. Just add that to the top. So far so good. Excuse me. All right, the glue is done. I just need to cut around the envelope, and I'll show you what to do here. We'll get our snips here, our nice Stampin' Up! Paper snips, nice and sharp. Just cut around. Follow the envelope and just cut, 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 cut. Okay, that is done. We'll add a few embellishments to it. I'm using the 2023-2025 in color dots. Let's see, should we, let's put the Pebbled Path ones on here. I think that would be nice. All right, let's see, we'll pick some up with this. Put one here. Got the medium size one. We'll put the large one down here. And then we'll put a small one alongside the, that got stuck on my finger, the medium size one. Okay, we'll just scoot that off. There we go. Right there. Okay. What did I do with the cap? Oh, here it is. And there you go. Nice matching envelope. I'm ready for Father's Day. I've got my 2 Father's Day cards. One will be for my husband, which I'm giving him this blue one that I just made. And then I made one for my brother. If you don't need Father's Day, you can always use it for birthday, thank you, retirement, graduation, congratulations, thinking of you. I mean, there's so many different options. Depends on what you're using, what stamp set you're using, what papers you're using. That's how easy it is. So gang, I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. YouTube loves to see that, and I love to see it too. I love to read your comments. Be sure to leave me some. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by May 31st of 2024. Now you might be saying, wow, that's a long way away. I'm a little less than halfway there. So hopefully I can get there, but I need you guys to subscribe. So again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. See you next time.